Hello, my friends. Welcome back. It's Dion with the Blushing Mint. And if you can believe it or not, today is the last day in our Christmas in July series. It is the final day of July, July 31st. Wow, how time has flown. I hope you guys have enjoyed this series. I just can't thank you enough for being here, for liking, for commenting, for subscribing, for crafting along with me, for all of the things. It has meant the absolute world to me, and I hope that you'll stick around my channel and see some of the other things that I do as a journal maker and paper crafter. And as I started this Christmas in July series with a altered composition planner, I'm going to end this series with another altered composition book. This one I'm using a full-size planner, a full-size composition book, and I have taken this full-size composition book, whoa, just lost my words there, composition book, and turned it into a 4-part planner. And so I covered the front, gave it a little new look there, and added just a ton of pockets here and tuck spots. And we have our first section and all the paper in between. And then we have a couple belly bands here, and I didn't highly embellish this. This is just an idea of a way for you to turn these composition books into planners, into journals, into other things than just your standard notebook. It seems like we always have things we need to tuck into pockets or pictures we want to keep, mementos. This is a great way to do it. So as we go into the third section here, we have a side pocket. We have the center of our composition book has 2 extra pockets there, and then we have another side pocket here. Then we have our third section of plenty of note-taking abilities here, and going into the fourth section, we have 2 top pockets there, plenty of pages to journal. And then in the back, we have another section of tall side pockets, and our back cover has a side pocket, side tuck pocket as well. So tons of places to store things. You could continue to add additional pockets. You know, you could make this a double pocket. You could put a band on here and have, I mean, you could decorate. There's so many things you could do to alter these composition books. This is just a simple style and another way for me to show you how to turn these inexpensive composition notebooks into planners and or journals. And I think the Christmas time is a great time to look at this, because again, you know, you could use these for your family recipe books. You could use this as your Christmas time journal organizer, you know, keeping track of the different sections of things that you need to do. You've got letters and cards to send. You've got agendas. You've got pictures to take. You've got all of the deadlines that need to be met by the end of our Decembers. And then you've got gift giving guides. You could make a section for just gift giving guides and tuck your receipts and whatnot in it. You could, I mean, just your options are just absolutely endless. So anyhow, this is the altered composition book that we are going to be recreating for today. And just like so many of my projects, a lot of them are just matting and cutting and matting. And so for this one, I'm going to use the Paper Studios Mistletoe Lodge as my paper pack. So I just need to decide what I want my front cover to look like, and I should have chosen my papers, but of course I didn't, because that would just be too easy. I love the deer. It's going to get used. I should just tear out some papers here as I'm going along here. I can always tuck unused ones back into my paper pad if I don't use them, but I'm going to tear out several sheets here. And we'll just get going. I love Cardinals. And because we need a lot of sheets of paper for all of our different pockets and our different tucks and whatnot. So some Christmas trees and a little red snowflake and another plaid. All right, now I should have enough to get myself going. I'm going to get my craft mat here and my paper cutter and my book and set my papers aside. So for my cover, I think for my cover, I'm going to do this one. And so all I do for this, because honestly, it's pretty much just a cut and cover. So I'm gonna continue to keep the black band. It's a decent, it's a decent edging on it, and there's no reason to really cover that up. So I'm just going to keep that. So 6 3/4 is my width that I need. So I'm going to start with that. And I'm just going to cover the front, the back, and the back. And then the insides. So those are our first starting points, is to cover the front, the back, and the sides. Let's see, did I screw that up? I did. So I cut that short, so we'll use a different one. No big deal. No big deal, friends. I'll just use a different one. I'll use that for the back. I'll use this for the front. Don't know what I was doing. See, like, here we are. We're already starting off. Hot mess. Hot mess, because I can't cut straight, can't measure straight. It's all good. It's the last day of the month. Maybe who would have ever thought that I would have it together on the last day of the month? No one. No one. So I don't want to, like, shock and scare you or anything with having my poop in a group or something. So yeah, no, I'm not gonna. All right. Now we're just gonna glue all along our edges. And when you're doing the altered composition books or, you know, things like that, you have to try really hard not to glue the pages together. And I got my composition book. I had to run to the dollar store and grab a composition book because, unbelievably, I could not find a composition book in my craft space. So I had to go buy a couple. I can't believe it, but I did. And unfortunately, you know, the paper quality inside is very, very thin. So they will glue together. If you get any glue spillage, it will just glue itself together. And of course, I could not have cut it perfectly or anything, so nope, I didn't. So I'm going to grab my little finger knife here and just cut along my edges. And this is great because it allows you to go around that corner. And unfortunately, also with composition books, they are not straight. They're usually, you know, the edges aren't perfect. The seams and whatnot, nothing is really perfect on them. So you have to just you have to measure each and every one, or you don't measure at all and you just cut around the edges like this. That's can sometimes be a little bit easier. But these composition, oh my goodness, these composition notebooks, altered notebooks, are fabulous. You can just use them for so many things. All right, where is our little mistletoe piece of paper here? Actually, it's pine bough, but you know, sounds like mistletoe, seems like mistletoe, I don't know. All right, here we go. And save your little scraps. Set those aside because we can use those for belly bands. We can use those for other embellishments within our composition notebooks. I used all the different scraps and papers in mine as I went through it. So save those and set those aside. All right. And again, just following the edge of my book there. Cutting that off and setting that aside. All right, now I need to do the inside. And I just need to decide. I think I'll do the black trees here. And I'm actually just going to glue and cut after the fact. Sometimes it really is just easier, or at least for me, it's easier. And when you are doing these altered books, you do not want to go right into the edge of the page. Come out just a hair from the edge of the book, or the spine of the book. I'm sorry. You want to stay away from the spine of the book because you add bulk when you put your paper in there and then it doesn't close correctly. So keep that out a ways, a 1/4 of an inch or so from your spine, and you'll have a little better result, and your book will lay a little better than if you go all the way to your spine. So you can see I'm keeping that paper just about a 1/4 of an inch there from that spine. Lay that out, spread that glue out, get it laid down well, turn it over, and then I'm just going to again cut up and all the way around my notebook. And I just find this is a whole lot easier than measuring and trying to lay it in perfectly. So, okay. All right, there is that. And then on the back, and again, I'm going to set this aside. And for our back, we're going to grab the snowflakes, because then we have the black on the front, the black on the back. Not that it matters one way or another. I'm just keeping a little bit of cohesion here. Okay. So tell me, what do you guys, have you ever done altered composition books? Is this something that you guys have done before? And if so, how do you use your composition books? What kind of things do you use your altered composition books for? I think they are just they make such a great journal, especially if you're a person who likes to have the exacting lines and such for when you're writing. I know I am a person who I like to have lines so I can write straight. get a little wonky when when I don't have lines to follow. All right. Sorry, I get quiet because I don't really want to cut my fingers off because this blade is like sharp as sharp could be. Okay, there we go. There is the main body of our book covered. Now, here's where kind of the fun goes, because you can choose how you want to create your pockets and your tucks and whatnot from here. So for me, I wanted to have that front like corner pocket, tall corner pocket. So with these papers, they are so thin that you need to have 2 pages together to make your, they need just to have the stability. So I'm using my glue stick to glue these pages together. Make sure you get your corners really well and then your centers. And spread out from your spine to keep your papers straight. Now, then in order to have your flap here separated, again, take 2 more pieces of paper and glue those 2 together. And make sure you really get your edges. And again, fold that top from the spine out. And now you have that. Then you and again, stay that 1/4 inch or so away from your spine when folding, because we don't want that excess bulk in that spine. Okay. And then you're going to just glue this down. And I'm sorry, yes, I have to like just keep turning my book. Okay. Now that can become our front pocket for here. Okay. Then we just need to pick a paper. And I love the deer with the pine tree. And again, I'm going to stay that 1/4 inch away. So I'm just going to adhere my glue from about that 1/4 inch down across the top, down the side, across the bottom. You could use your glue stick if you want. I don't know. I just, for speed and cleanliness, I'm just going to use my art glitter glue here. Line up the bottom of your pages. Spread that out, and then I cut about 1/2 inch above it. Like so, and then I'm going to fold that over to give it that nice finished edge. like this. I just like to have that finished edge presentation there. So I'm just going to glue that up real quick. All right. So there's that pocket. Then I just need to glue my sides and my bottom. Oh, but I do need to round my bottom corner here. And you could use a paper punch just for time purposes. I'm going to just use my crooked eye. Okay. All right, now, so we have our front pocket. Let's see, do we do the same style of pocket, or do I want to do a slightly different pocket? Maybe I'll do a tuck pocket like so. Yes, let's, because I can. So again, I've got our center. I'm going to take our 2 pages here, and I'm going to glue those together to have that stability. And then I'm going to fold this in and glue that as well. And now we're going to have a nice side pocket. Maybe this will help me here that we can go ahead and cover up. My fold wasn't very straight. There we go. So then what paper do I want there? I could, yes, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use, oh, that doesn't, yeah, it'll be all right. I'm going to use this deer paper here. Perfect. I'm just going to go ahead and glue that, staying away from my edge again. Across the top, down my side. So you can from here just make whatever type of pockets or tuck spots, belly bands that you feel like is going to be the most beneficial for how you would use this if it was your project. I'm just giving you some basic ideas here because I think that is the whole fun of this Christmas in July, is just having new ideas from which to pull for our gift giving purposes. Okay. Don't know that I gave myself a whole lot to fold over here, but that is okay. It is enough to just give it that finished edge, and it works perfect. I love these altered composition books. They are great. I hope you guys do too. Okay. Gluing this down here. And then all I have to do here is glue across the top and across the bottom. attach that. And now we have our first section distinguished. There we go. Now I move to my center. So on this one, in my center, I did I did pockets on both sides, and then I did side tucks on the back. So the first thing you want to do is you want to glue together the page. So here is my seam of my composition book. I don't know if you can see the threads there. So then I'm going to just use my glue stick and glue 2 pages on the left and 2 pages on the right of that center together. That gives us that extra strength and stability. Okay. All right, and then you just decide what kind of pocket. I'm going to move my little mat here. I don't know if I need that again. What kind of pocket do we want to have this time? Maybe we'll have our side pockets on this page, and yeah, I think we'll do that. So let's see, what paper do I want to use? Actually, yeah, okay. So I'm going to do a side pocket, and I'm going to make that 3 inches, actually 2.5. So I'm going to do a 2.5-inch strip here. And then on this side, I'm going to use my cardinals, and I'm going to have them be a bottom pocket. And so I'm going to do a 3-inch bottom pocket, like that. So for this pocket, I'm going to get my corner rounder, and I'm going to round the bottom corner. Decide how long I need to make this. Get my little pencil. Whoop. Make a pencil mark on here. Okay. Round my top pocket, the top of my little corner here. And then I need to cut a thumb notch here. And now if you wanted, believe it or not, I am not inking on this one. I did ink the other one, but in the interest of time, I am not inking this one. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me, friends. It's the end of the month and I just don't know what is happening. All right, so that is going to go on this side. Making sure that I line up my edges here so that I don't glue any other pages that don't need to be glued. There we have a side tuck. And then we're going to have our little cardinal pocket over here, again staying far enough away from that edge. Get our pencil. Cut at our line here. Is that really my line? Did I lose my mind, guys? Nope, that really is my line. I made such a nice line that I almost didn't even recognize it. Shocking. Okay, and then I need to chomp my bottom corner where it's going to tuck into my corner there, and I'm going to give it a thumb notch at the top. Okay, and we're going to just glue around that. So yeah, you can see that just not like physically getting out your ruler and measuring every single line is going to be so much faster, just because your books vary, and so it's just a little easier to just kind of put it on there and cut and mark as you go. Okay, so if this is the center of our book, now you don't have to put anything on this back side. I just like to. Same thing here. And I think what I will do, I don't know how I want to do it. Do I want another little corner pocket here? See, it's all the decisions. All the decisions start coming into play. They do. I have so many options. Maybe I'll come back to that and decide. Let's go back to our back. Okay. And for the back, I like this setup here. So for the back, I'm going to do, I think, the same type of situation. And I'm going to go with, you need to glue the 2 pages together for sure. You got to do that to get the stability, no matter how you play with your altered composition books. A couple pages have got to get put together to have the stability to hold up to a project like this. Okay, then you have 2 pages that hold those other, that are like the center for those other 2 pages. Here. And now if you wanted to add like tabs, or like index tabs or whatever to like signify your different sections, you could certainly glue them in between your 2 pages before you put them together. Okay, so this is the this is our center, and then we need 2 more pages that form whatever style of pocket we're going to use. Okay. So then I just need to fold down to create my corner pocket and glue this all together. Okay, so there's my corner pocket. It's going to get glued to that, and then we're going to make another side tuck pocket here. And so that needs to get glued together. Like so. So then we're going to have a side tuck and a corner. Then what paper do we want to use here? Here is what I have left. So I think I'm going to go with the red plaid. And I want to stay that distance away here from our spine. Across the bottom. There we go. Making sure my bottom edges here all line up would be nice to have a little bit of straight lineage going on here. Okay. Get my scissors. And again, I come up about 1/2 inch or so. Okay. And fold that over to give that a nice finished edge. And glue that edge down. Okay. And then we just glue the corners and the bottom. Do, 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 do. Whoop. Got carried away there. All right. My scraps are starting to get out of control up there in front of me here. Okay, so then we're going to use, hopefully, yes, the cutoff from our plaid here. I'm going to take that to my cutting board and give that a nice straight cut, because I cannot be trusted to do that by myself, let me tell you. Okay. And then this is going to cover that side. So we just need to glue that down, staying away from our edge. Like so. All right, and I hope you guys remember that today is the last day to get yourself entered into our drawing to win a sampling of some of the items that I have created during this Christmas in July series. I am going to be doing that giveaway drawing on or around the 7th of August. And all you need to do to be eligible to win is to like today's video, comment below your favorite project so far in the Christmas in July series, and be a subscriber on my channel. That's it. Super easy. Like, comment your favorite video, and be a subscriber. And you will be eligible to win that drawing. And then I'll be mailing that out to our winner after the 7th. So yeah, that's it. So I'm just so thankful for all of you for hanging out here with me during this project and all of the Christmas in July projects. Okay, so now since this is a big side pocket, we just need to glue our top and our bottom. Okay, so now we have that. We have our center, and then if you so desire, so now you have two full sections. I chose to go ahead and I chose to split these sections each into two more sections, and add additional pockets and tucks and whatnot from there. In the interest of time for this video, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to finish my front cover here. For you guys, I'm just going to go ahead and do a little band here, maybe a 1.5 inch band. Okay, so yeah, so but you can turn around and you can make however many sections you want on your altered journal here. You can add extra sections. You can leave it as just the 2 sections. You could make 6, however many sections you feel like you need for your specific project. And you can create those, and you can add extra pockets. You could add belly bands, tucks, whatever you think you need to make it your own. I'm using scraps, guys, because I don't know how I'm going to finish this but I'm going to do it off camera. But I want to create this look like a package. Then I'll put this in here, and then I will add some kind of fabulous embellishment somewhere. Somehow I have things that I could add to make it spectacular, I'm sure. I have lots of numbers. Let's see what I have in my trees or my stars. Oh, my stars, friend. I don't really know, friends. I don't really know. I'm just laying some things out there and seeing if anything like makes me feel like it's spectacular, of which nothing is right now because I didn't think that far ahead. Imagine that, would ya? That I didn't think far enough in advance, because I never really do. I always just kind of go with the flow. It's just me. It would not be me if I did not, if I was like that perfectly planned. Oh, but hold the phone. What if I take that completely away and do that? That is how I love it. So that is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to glue this down the center. Here. Being very exacting in knowing where the center is, not. And then I'm going to glue this on the side. And the other one on the other side. Like so. Thankfully, I have plaid, so I can kind of follow my lines. And then we're going to just glue that into the center. Like that. Okay, so there is the cover of our book, friends. I know that I have not finished absolutely everything, but again, this is more about embellishing and adding pockets and all of those things, and that always kind of takes me a little bit of time to figure out. And so I am going to just show you what we did. So now here I would add another pocket, but here's some pockets here, different style there. Another one in the back, at extra pockets there, and I'll show you the complete finished one that I did prior. And I will come back and I will completely finish this one, and you'll, if you look on my channel or whatever, you'll, on my social media, you'll see it there. But let's see, so here's this. We have a front pocket, two side pockets, two belly bands. The center has extra pockets and side pockets, top pockets, two side pockets, and then a side tuck pocket in the back. So you can see there are multiple ways to decorate up and embellish these altered composition notebooks into Christmas planners, into journals, into whatever your needs are when it comes to planners, journals, and organizers. But I think this is just a great setup for your Christmas organizing, whether it's organizing your recipes, your deadlines, your dates, your shopping, your budgets, all the listing that we need to do to get ourselves through the holiday season and at the end of the year. I mean, there's so many things we have to have done at the end of the year, and this is just a great way to kind of sort it, organize it, put everything in one book, keep it with you, and you are set to go until the end of the year. So friends, again, I just can't thank you so much for being with me through this Christmas in July series. I've absolutely enjoyed every minute of it. I hope that you guys have found projects and found things that you can use that are going to be easy gifting ideas throughout the holiday season. I hope that you will take part in the giveaway. I'm looking forward to reading everybody's comments, seeing what your favorite projects are. And until the next time, guys, I do hope that you stick around. I hope that you continue to check out my channel and see the things that I am creating here, not just through July, but through the rest of the year and beyond. I have a lot of projects and a lot of things that I'm going to be working on and that I will be sharing, and I hope that you will come back to see what those are. Friends, until the next time that we get together again, thank you so very much. Please be well, take care of yourselves, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Again, friends, thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.